This here is a confessional audio recording of Billy Smith. The date is July 18, 2005, and the time is 1400 hours. Present is myself, Detective Richard Akers, and my colleague, who will be witness today, Officer Leslie Sims. And we have here prisoner 25728, Mr. Billy Smith. Billy, you have been convicted with the rape and murder of Melissa Forbes. As our forensic have matched all your blood and DNA and fingerprints on both the victim and the scene of the crime. Now, until today, Billy, you have not been willing to cooperate and tell us exactly what happened that night. But you are willing to cooperate now, is that correct? Good. So, Billy, you mind telling me from the very beginning now exactly what happened on the night of January 6, 2005?
Are these really necessary?
Well, no, Billy, they're both for mine and our protection now.
Well, before we commence, may I trouble you for a glass of water? I am really thirsty.
Leslie, could you grab Billy here some water, please?
Well, thank you. I was at the bar the night in question, and I did see Melissa Forbes. She was alone. I approached her to offer some company. I said, "Might I buy you a drink, ma'am?" To which she said yes. She invited me down to seat. We talked for at least an hour. Flirting, passing sexual innuendos throughout our conversation. And with all the clear signs I was getting, I kindly invited Melissa to a nearby hotel I was staying at. She laughed at me, told me she had a boyfriend. And of course I thought she was kidding around, so I leaned in to kiss her. And she slapped me across my face, started screaming like a possessed woman. She storms out the bar. I pays my bill and leaves the bar roughly 10 minutes later. I gets in my truck. I guess a quarter mile down the road, and a female stepped right in front of my truck. I hit her. It was an accident. I guess I offered some aid and realized it was that of Melissa Forbes. She was hurt. Not too bad. She was unconscious. I gets her, I puts her in my passenger seat of my truck to take her to the hospital. And she seen me. She didn't scream or panic. In fact, she started to make sexual and seductive noises. I pulls over my truck, I walks around. I takes her from the front to the back seats. She knew what she was doing. I started to remove her clothes, take down my trousers. I was making love to Melissa for 5 minutes, and then she started to scream.
Billy, was Miss Forbes conscious when you started to make love to her?
Whatever you were trying to insinuate, detective. I believe Melissa Forbes was a fucked up, twisted individual that was prick teasing me the moment she met me.
And then what happened, Billy?
Well, she started to hit me, scratching my face like a cat. So I stepped aside of my truck to console myself. Pull up my trousers, clean myself off, you know what I mean, detective. And Melissa, she grabbed a wrench from the back seat of my truck and she struck me from behind. I was lucky I'm a tough guy and I can take it. But I had had enough of this bitch. And I hit her in the face, hard, knocking her to the ground. I sat down on her chest and I was hitting her in the face. And I took my hands around her neck and I started to choke her. What's the matter, sweetheart? Am I making you uncomfortable? Should I stop? Because you are asking me these questions and I am just simply answering them. Should I continue, detective? I killed Melissa Forbes. I dragged her body some 10-15 yards, burned a ditch somewhere. I left her. I got in my truck and I drove off.
Billy, you have any regrets or feel any kind of remorse for what you did that day?
That whore got what she deserved. And judging by the track lines up and down her arm, she was nothing but a junkie. She won't be missed. And if you're asking me would I change anything, we'll be getting caught. Because believe me, detective, officer, I would do it again. And again. And again.
Well, Billy, I believe this is not the first time that you've been convicted of sexual assault and murder. Just never convicted due to lack of evidence. Says here, dating back from August 6, 1994, that you were
Detective, are we not here to discuss the Melissa Forbes case? Because we all have a past. And you can sit there and wonder if what you're reading in that file is true or not. No one will ever know.
Well, we'll leave it there. We've got everything we need now.